Waiting to go live. Waiting to go live. Waiting to go live. Waiting to go live. Hello, my name is Bill Madden, and this is a story that appeared in the Intercept yesterday. Freedom Caucus Chair Andy Biggs helped plan January 6 event, lead organizer says. This is at theintercept.com, and a story by Ryan Grimm and Aida Chavez. The subtitle: in December, Ali Alexander claimed he and 3 House Republicans were organizing the rally that led to a storming of the Capitol on January 6. And it begins: the head of the House Freedom Caucus, Republican Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona, helped plan the January 6 event that culminated in a storming of the Capitol, according to Ali Alexander, a lead organizer of the gathering. Alexander, a pro-Trump personality, was an early founder of the Stop the Steal movement and helped to bring together various right-wing factions around a mass event on January 6, aimed to coincide with objections to the counting of Electoral College votes. Alexander made his claim in 3 separate live streams in late December, adding that, which, by the way, are apparently not up. Let's check Ali at YouTube. Ali Alexander. Yes, in his uploads, his most recent upload listed as 2 months ago, so those videos have been taken down. Adding that Representatives Paul Gosar of Arizona and Mo Brooks of Alabama were also involved. "We're the 4 guys who came up with the January 6 event," Alexander said. On December 8th, the Arizona Republican Party boosted Alexander, asking supporters if they were willing to give their lives in the fight over the results of the presidential election. His claim is also buttressed by a 4th video from a December 19 rally at the Arizona State Capitol, at which Alexander played a video that Biggs had supplied. In the video, Biggs mentioned Brooks as his ally in the fight. Gosar spoke at the event in person. And we have a quote here, it looks like, from Jason Palladino from January 8th. Here is Ali handing Gosar the mic at a Stop the Steal event. Video is posted to Gosar's Parler account. Wonder if that's available. Also wiped. Biggs' connection to Alexander was reported on Sunday by the Arizona Republic, which quoted his spokesperson, Daniel Stefanski, denying any connection to Alexander. And there's a quote here by Stefanski: "Congressman Biggs is not aware of hearing or meeting Mr. Alexander at any point, let alone working with him to organize some part of a planned protest," Stefanski said. He did not have any contact with protesters or rioters, nor did he ever encourage or foster the rally or protests. Neither Gosar nor Brooks responded to inquiries from The Intercept. Brooks, after the event, sought to legitimize political violence in a radio interview. And this looks like a hot link. Let's see if we can catch that. Another Intercept article. Republican congressman legitimizes violence as response to the election dispute. Alexander did not respond to a text or phone call. His voicemail was full, back now at the original story. Alexander, who adopted a new name after pleading guilty to felony property theft in 2007 and felony credit card abuse in 2008, has been suspended from Twitter and other platforms for his role in organizing the January 6 event. As the Daily Beast reported, he has said he had been unfairly blamed for the violence on January 6 and has gone underground, as we perhaps saw from his videos which he wiped from his site. Alexander's contemporaneous claims have taken on new relevance as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has floated the possibility of expelling members of Congress who are found to have been involved in the riot. And evidently this is Pelosi writing, quote, "Your views on the 25th Amendment, 14th Amendment, Section 3, and impeachment are valued as we continue," she wrote to her colleagues over the weekend. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment being that section which gives Congress the ability to expel House members who give aid and comfort to the insurrectionists. Oh, here it is. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, ratified after the Civil War, reads, "No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may by vote of 2/3 of each House remove such disability." Alexander made his comments in a live stream posted December 28. Again, he has erased this from his website. Jason Palladino, an investigator with the Project on Government Oversight, archived the video from Alexander's now suspended account and provided it to The Intercept. And there's a couple of, there is a quote here from Alexander from the live stream. Quote, "I was the person who came up with the January 6 idea with Congressman Gosar, Congressman Mo Brooks, and then Congressman Andy Biggs. We four schemed up of putting maximum pressure on Congress while they were voting so that who we couldn't lobby, we could change the hearts and the minds of Republicans who were in that body, hearing our loud roar from outside," Alexander said in the live stream. And here's another quote from Jason Palladino. In case he takes the video down, here's the relevant section. Here we go. Let's see if this adds anything additional.
So I'm going to let you guys know how we're responding, because I was the person who came up with the January 6th idea with Congressman Gosar, Congressman Mo Brooks, and then Congressman Andy Biggs. We four schemed up of putting maximum pressure on Congress while they were voting so that who we couldn't lobby, we could change the hearts and the minds of Republicans who were in that body, hearing our loud roar from outside. So I'm going to tell you this. This is my commitment to you. Any hotel that shuts down, me and my team at stopthesteal.us will find rooms for those people. Period. If you trusting. So
Alexander reiterated the claim of collaborating with Biggs, Gosar, and Brooks a second time, using almost identical language in a December 29 live stream, similarly provided by Palladino, who has tracked Alexander. And here we have a quote from Alexander again. I'm the guy who came up with the idea of January 6 when I was talking with Congressman Gosar. ... So we're the four guys who came up with the January 6 event. Hashtag do not certify. And it was to build momentum and pressure. And then on the day, change hearts and minds of congresspeoples who weren't yet decided, or saw everyone outside and said, I can't be on the other side of that mob. Alexander said a week before the event, he predicted he would bring more than 1 million people to Washington, D.C. On December 21st, Alexander made the same claim on a live stream. We're working closely with Congressman Mo Brooks. We're working closely with Congressman Andy Biggs, and closely with, obviously, Congressman Paul Gosar, my great friend, said Alexander. I believe that the president should do something brave. I think the vice president should do something brave. I believe that that's how we maintain the White House. It's a moral imperative to maintain the White House. The Office of Congressional Ethics has seen some of the claims made by Alexander and is looking into the connection between him, Gosar, Brooks, and Biggs, according to 2 sources familiar with the situation. The OCE was unable to confirm or deny whether any specific investigations are underway, in accordance with the office's rules. At the December 19 rally, 2 days before that claim, Alexander more clearly delineated the different roles Biggs and Gosar were playing. And here's a quote from Alexander. Congressman Gosar has been the spirit animal of this movement, and he's helped out where he could. He's offered to call donors. We actually had our first D.C. march because he called me, and he said, you need to go to the Supreme Court. I said, all right, my captain. Alexander told the audience at the Arizona State Capitol, and here we have another hot link. Not sure what this is. It said Vimeo. This appears to be the complete rally, length almost 2 hours. It's at vimeo.com, and if you search on Eagle One, you can find it there. And here we have another quote from Alexander. One of the other heroes has been Congressman Andy Biggs. Now, when the good Dr. Paul, now a friend, has been concentrating on the movement, Andy Biggs has been running ahead of him and whipping votes in Congress. So he stayed in Washington, D.C., Alexander noted, explaining that Biggs had sent us a video. In the video, Biggs tells the audience, I wish I could be with you today. I pledge to you that I'm going to keep fighting for President Trump. And when it comes to January 6, I'll be right down there in the well of the House with my friend from Alabama, Mo Brooks, and dozens of others who will join me as we look at some of the elections around the country and we say, how do you explain that? And more than that, we're going to stand up for this president and for the voters of America. That's legal. Not only is it legal, that's constitutional. Not only is it constitutional, it's the moral thing to do. And we're going to keep fighting. And I implore you to keep fighting too. When asked why Biggs would record a video for someone he doesn't know, Stefanski told The Intercept, Republican Gosar's team asked for the video, and he provided it. On the day of the riot, Gosar used his official Twitter account to call for peaceful protest, urging Trump supporters not to get carried away, quote unquote. So no one gets hurt, while spreading an entirely different message on Parler. a right-wing social media platform created in opposition to Twitter. Americans are upset, he wrote, sharing a photo of the rioters climbing the Capitol walls. And here it is. Evidently, this is from Parler. It is. Screen grabbed from Parler. From Republican Paul Gosar. At the December 19 rally, Alexander also thanked Arizona Republican Chair Kelly Wizard, party chair, pardon me. And he says, and this is a quote, "I want to thank Chairwoman Kelly Ward and the Arizona Republican Party. I work in 7 states, and there is no party like the Arizona GOP party. So let's thank Kelly Ward," Alexander said. Ward spoke at the rally. "Let me tell you an open secret," and this is Alexander speaking. "The president watches these rallies, and he's watching for you today," Alexander said, leading the crowd variously in Fight for Trump, 1776, and Christ is King chants. That day, Donald Trump posted to his since-suspended Twitter account, "Big protest in D.C. on January 6. Be there. Will be wild." Gosar tagged Alexander on Twitter twice on January 6, and tagged him repeatedly in his posts throughout November and December. And here we have a quote from Paul Gosar, evidently on Twitter. Not sure. Let's see what that link is. That is a tweet from Paul Gosar. "Biden should concede. I want his concession on my desk tomorrow morning. Don't make me come over there." As the mob broke into the Capitol, Gosar was in the middle of his speech, objecting to the certification of Arizona's Electoral College votes. Once the Capitol was cleared, Gosar continued to object, as blood dried on the marble floors just steps away.